That's it. Ye kwaya yaba. Ye mamu nyina kwa babio enne ye bedi nkomo papa se medi kankan na bedwafo ya krado ntianche bedi nkomo nansa na no na ye binum awoda nti madama wo de muma mentwantum tew na ye nko na na enra oh ni din mpo we ewahi ade ma hu ni ntama menka aha James Hayford Bwedi, Assistant Commissioner of Ghana Immigration Service in charge of Tema Operation Department. Na enwe wawoda. Enti happy belated birthday. Me de meka say ahoden no a ene kwantenten no a eno a na me de mebisa ade amount. Enen so Harriet Agyenfra, we police ni ba wo Tema Port. Ene ochina ene wawoda. Tomorrow is your birthday, Harriet Agyenfra. Do na friend Kwabena papa bi. Kwabena machinwati. Agyenfra buhia ni nyina Anita wanpu bio. Wo maka no wo hu. Obi bia ena me so meka ho bi. Ye ma happy birthday in advance. That is ochina ene wawoda. Nti Harriet Agyenfra a Tema Port we police ni ba. Ye ma happy birthday. Kwabena papa bi pa original one pa we de enye fake original pa na bako bi nso anka meka no wie ya na nka yetumi adi nkomo enu mpo wahi mamenhwe oh Jacob de asan mame no we aha ene Madam Comfort Eshen wo gbawe 0 ene wa woda wanya mfie de oso miensa wo mani nyina Charity David Jonathan Robert Richard Rexford Ato Kwabena OUTV ha Roland Alberta and wo munyina wonana no munyina also ma happy birthday and an krakra no ene Pat Farmer our George okay what the be kind later say wadodo tintin do later ye be kan ho asem na ene bedwafo e krado ofie be di nkomo na ane nkomodie no emudo yie pa ye nkomodie no eso ese etumi ka se de se ye ka no pepepe na ye ka bambo ho asem samaka nansen a ana Minister of National Security Yewura Kandapade nkrata babo ntinche se saa nipa bonofo ade etuo ni atopa ekodi bone wo amaya hodo bi so no Ghana ha kame se wo mne ye no eye wurawura ha enti ye ma ye ni na ho e ma ne bokokokora de hihye bi bai se yan hwe na ka be yan kan sore ene bebi eta hyiehie sai masalachi sai ye hifa bia ye bodo mpim da se nipa eta hye bia no yan CCTV cameras wo ho ena no achi nso no ye ma ye ni na ho na se nipa bonfo bi kura ba bi wura yi mo etumi ahu ene ne ma bi etetete sa that means say ade na du achiri yanye ne ma bi ye na ma ne kokoba sa anase sa na se ye ba na bebi eduru na de ne bitumi ade afa ho me timamuni am ye Ghana ni de hye eden esame bamboni so ede tumi ama no so no wono se de ne so no so woye meden kura hu ne sase masi nanti ne so ben ye hyedan ko yi sansa na me no ka se de ahoho no wo mo na je kuro na boso no kure bebi abefa bia wo mo wo ho pa ye da hoho de chichiri kuro ye fa hoho emmoman na so ahwe yi a ahoho na de chichi kuro no ahoho kro no anso no ye de bebo man eno nti e bebi sase sa ahoho na begumu bebre no so no ye be de ne atumi aso ne so esan se ebra na lockdown ho COVID-19 wo ho a na ye mie borders no na ye nuanom ala bebre ba Ghana ha aye open secret obi anim bebre e beguga eba bra lockdown ye se ya close ye border oboa no mu wura ha bebre enti ye be den ni atumi ahwe na wo mu abegu mu a enye papa no ye betumi ahwe na ye o mafiri ho na papa na ka system no mu na boy ye ho ban se Ghana ye de a ye bedi san komo no pa sense ye nkomo a eho hia yie pa afei oman yi abantumi gi oman abusuan bi asase na asase bi abantumi gi asase bi asase wei asase a memagia to wo se bi de be wei University of Ghana, Achimota School, Achimota Forest, CSIR, Pantan Hospital, name it. Enya hankwa mantam ni nyina aban saase wo ho no de sese ye de ye no ye de ye ye fa anya nso adenti ne yentumi afa anye adenti ajamu ama ankorankore as dan na me ne obi di nkomo eno se oba tantra ho no mo ne achemotami ahudo bi asansase ni nyina bibiri na ya ban sase na manfo afa enti achimotadie yi ana wake up call de ama ye nyina ama ye hunu se ese etumi ye bibi na ede ne ebe de afa ho ayasem hia papa pentie ne ye nkomo ebedie no ye nkomo a efa bambo na fe yasumdwe yi na fe ye nsase a ye aban sase edu baby na busua se ye age aban se montwen ye age montwen ye mfa mamo ye se de ye mfa na asefo nyina no ede ne ebetumi aye ede afa ho enti ena no pay memo Emmanuel Kutin Executive Director Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism waba wofia Emmanuel Kutin wa ha ye ka ban bo ho nsem a wabin ye pa no nokure ya nso no saa nipa bonofo adie atopaye ne atuo die wuo wa nkrofo aman hodro so no wono nso wabin omu pa ana de ebetumi aye na ye de akonti asafo no nso no eno nso yima abin omu pa wo menchen wa ha otimi nifa so pe wa dress fe nti wono ewofie ha afa no achi ye wo Clemens enye Clement o woni de Clemens Jato or your National Peace Ambassador. You can't omei mu a wo mo border roof asumdwe hu a Clemens Jato wono nso wo menchen wo ha wono nso sase ho sam abin kakra fine pa nti wono nso nim de owo no wo de bedom ye ena fe owura Isaka Amon Kote anakotai kotai kama sisa odi mpa mo hu se mi hu wache
obi ne chiriba
ave saro
kote ne kote chiriba ne kote
okay and owura Isaka Amon Kote local governance expert ya ka nyina no oman no ye ka memu a local governance no amemu a de ba ye nan ase pe ama ye nyina etumi ede ye ho ehyemu bi wabi wo mu pa nti ye ka local governance ye ka security local governance wo bu papa ye ka ye nsase wo nsam so local governance wo bu pa nti ne wo mo na me no bedi nkomo afa sansem nyina obedwa fo makwa aba it said in here Clemens aha me hu ye pera me hu ye da me de Clement na mate se de me nti bi da ba watch him say Clemens wo hampa
German version
bibi aboko
I don't
ye da si piece onya brema na no pe no aba e be din komo pa na fe Ima
Agya
eti say
nyame de a chair no pe
that's great
on kwa mu de
radio ase hu se na mani age because obey say bibia temudi me mane wo hari nyina say o Ima be de bibia temudi enti yesuro na fe yes bra
yes sir
bibi aboko hu na che Africa me hu
esa na university esa ora ati yire ma refi nti
ati wa hu wo mo na ati yire na ma refi
o de o side
because you for cry
strike unko bi
you for cry ye nyawo
o we whatever
ye be fa na ebom kururu na so di Ghana bibi aboko de
boko
de radiase right ye mum twi na ye nko na ye nhwe ye hyese ye mfam free yensa siensam sami after that no ye beba ye mbambo ho nsam ye security issues no bebo Europa na ya hwe no enti mama hyese mfam free as local governor so no expert no ye ka local governors enim say assemblies no any even assembly members unit committee chairman unit committee for the one like account nyina na kabom ema local governance no etimi kore no it is a bibi kore koso e was specific electoral area aya normally no assemblymen no any unit committee for no wo mo kura na di kan ye adwuma no eruka da MCA na DC ko mamu kura ye hwe sase hu nsam asase a aban e be gise eye ma fa se be ye BBC e be wiase no be 50 years 80 years 90 years 100 years na sase na da ho na nkofo wia na wia ye be ye eno ye be di saa enkomo no na ye hwe se ye be ye tete hu saa na e be wiase sase no se ye ekadu a na keka mi ansape na fa busuan no so ba se sase no mo je sam no be ewu mo timi afanfanye eno so e nti e be hwe locally no e dey na be tumi na dey aboa. After that, then we take the security issues. Me I can't even idea about me. My mom is be sima be in Sia, but na fi yen no so. That's it.
The woman say, ya fa ha no Ghana ha na ye be buti ye. Apan ense da ni asase. Sanse na ko say abusia ani ahemfo and ahemfo say stool asase ensase. Na aban susu ahihye constitution a che say obetimi the executive instrument agi asase na oje a watua hoka na wa kire bia the opese odi asase ne ye emprempi no aban gi asase ordinano erezi executive order no ebia ye de ano akokeka ya nhyeda antuaka eno ewo ho konkon ho se bia bibia de ye no ye nhyeda antuaka ebia infitiase no mpanyinfo ese ye de asase no ho asem eka ye ka asase no ho asem ni nyina no emu na ho papa ade nso ye pe ye pese ye project no ntietimi de konkon ho ba bi ne ye project no anase ya she project na se ya she project na se a edu ba bi a project no bi na sika ema na ekunkon ho asase bi so on sa ban ato agi wapiaka lease time no aiden atwam e bi a woje 19 for that matter 1920 1930 woje ni 50 years 50 years now expire e bi o ya je no 1938 by 78 in 50 years I expire. Expire. So what do we do? The ajiji aban ajiji nsasi bebre. Ebi what the land banks say oji e dey ato ho for a certain purpose. Ebi wo ho a wa sheda ahwe no se ne obehwe say obehu say we no a reserve forest. Obi amfa ne nsan koka. Ebi wo ontuaka but a reserve forest because of senior manage your environment no the person dey high see for reserve purposes and sasini bi wo ho a etititi sa na mom oba enkran a hunsem no eye different kakra esan say regions bi no ana areas bi no ahemfo no wo authority wo nsase no so o de compare Ashanti region say a untimi mutu askoromampo enka say wato asase nti o ho ato age say okọ mutumfo office ho eko chihye ho ekoye ho chihye ahai suso no obi ani ohini bi ani sa ayi no arrangement no esan say omomfa omohu enhye ohini ba konsa enti say Ashanti say no system ni city no nenti aha no ha no na akọ generate sa ensemwe aba nti ye nhwe nkran say ne asitran ni city no won say sans ansase a aban egege ye afri osu traditional council for no ho yagigi free enkran machine area ho nungwa no ne ade abrofo egigi ye nyina no omugigi ebi wo ho a yetuaka ebi wo ho a ekunkon ho na as times go by no list no atwam bebri wo ho a list no atwam e wo say esako renew by sense baby wo no prime areas mpeyimfo bebre omo ye from omo unseen hands ehihye mu no nyinaa wo interest wo sa areas no eni nti no nsase ni bebre ho a blocked by area enye ni nyinaa na kabo mebi ho executive instrument no agi wei say the beye wei the period in atwam and so you have to go back to the stool owners here we say it say stool owners no so ha ye beko no omumu achichechiche bebre it's and says stool owners no ebi wo afa ebi wo baby ebi titi corner bi ebi aye ngran unseen hands no so amechire no omo anim send omo hihye niama enti omo create some confusion wo system num enti ebo say we apie o say yedia we apie o say nedia we apie o say nedia e ba ne sa unseen hands na hihye chire no omo de omo ani age because omo koso develop yede omo ye na mususu mo eden mo ku ese say aye ka say yemfa ne say nkran say ne asase ni sisi tie no e free osu during the after the Dodowa war no osufo acquire asase na omo asase omunya ye ne nam nima kanda enam nima kotuba bi dowulu achimota kiselman anumle sa area ho nyina ekopie hachu ekomu pakro ni boy ho nyina ye osufo asase including Lagos ekoamu bepiem wo 37 area ho nyina ye osufo asase na sene omo achiche no hwan na edi animu ama wako ama wo mo esan say neyi aye kasei ahemfo akoye miensa because of unseen hands na hihye kire a omu piapia eniama no enti ye wo hene a wa sisu a tete akoye say ono na obi adi nachi obi nso wo ho a wo se akonwa no osu akonwa no omo fie ni twa no enti ono nso so asi ehene ena obi nso wo ha ono nso se ohene na wo nwuye dada no because no obi nwuyo ena obi ye fa obi fufura ono nso abewu no enti efri titi nyina no abrofo no ehihase na omo guide di obedi hene no yesu ebeji oman no etena so as Ghanaians no political leaders no so eskimu saa nso di omo ni edidi ekire di abrofo no ye no omo so ye the same thing enti se eban saa unseen hands no a omo display wo ensase no so no na akwa se omo ma tension aba ekuro no esan say omo ye developers unseen hands na make no a ye politicians ni shem top police commanders shem top government officials shem other ahimfu nyina shem sa unseen hands no omo ye very powerful and it say omo wura wo territory a mu tirikra bebom etan say yen mpanyimfo fo ye ti he ye ne ye hwe say bibia be koso wo asase ne so a so mu behu ofa jato a na anajo ni envelope no emu ye du a on kanko eja ohokra no akase adi ba ye say na ye no say na mensa kan ti ye nyina obi anjeje kakrakra ne hwe enim da bi ono one ne yire ne ma ne watena so enti ukote a na onsoso wa wuso ho kakra na ebia onsoso envelope no ebia ode ebeba no enye pafo ti se ni die but ebi nso aba na fe aka me ne ofa a ye de enya bie enti ye de sa na create a whole lot of mess our system no enti ubehu se enei no sese ya kase osu ukase hwan na odi animu kra be ka omo nsa asesem a
ebi ni ho
esan say ahemfo na koye miensa sese ye be ni dey uyi elu free mu a obetimi akọ other areas even in Ashanti region kra na otumfo nsa wom dindindin no nse na say asase bi a obi koye road to obi asase mu Ashanti region so obi be ka say na say otumfo ho e dey na etimi basa but say because asase a obi age obi so say me the road akotum road akoto we say okay the road miss me the wall at two road num
to bada na wako
so enya hanko wo across the whole country baby aban akwa bia no de seso ode ye no so ontu aka because me can say Kwabena hai ye World Bank ebe ma sika em ye de ye nanke ye landfill site e wo ho bisa say ecosystem World Bank and Kasa adi echire atua hu sika kakra na ade nkosi aga asase no saye den besine enti ye land tenure system no land
we just said then you betumi I say ade no edidi kon kakra
say unseen hands na omu wachire no so dem di kakra no omu ye obi a ankrofobia enyebete hwe cantonment area ho eka crash Laboni ridge north ridge area ho nkrofo etete ho wa hwe nkrofo etete ho o ka say easy to go and me film betimi akoko tena side ho there be it is for na ho no omu ye nkrofo a omu no move country no move country no and it is or the remote control say me can unseen hands no betimi dia set trap kese pa wo empayinfo na wo ni nyina mu amade bia mu beko saa kosi say obe establish as entasi bebre wo West Legon ho obi ani document enso mu nyina tete so a omo ye empayinfo Ghana ha obi a entumi nkom ho ba obi san say asase na to atena so 30 years no o title way because court atena case no so a ma fi court no kra wa bre
Dato enkoma ye die wo ho edum pempenso bi a ese etumi wire asem nani ne ka se esi sika no no esan se ade acha de ese nyina no na ade mente me ho ase na eba ebusuafo ntamu no na eba ya manfo no nkasa so ye ntam na womo a epre se unseen hands na owura koteka no won so na womo so me na me otumi chen we meje okay eneme ye nche me makakra edina osusu sese ye the state of man no sa acquired lands ya je fin crofon che no et sign na edin na sese ye de fa ho akasa pa
Gracias. Sama minu apanyi kaya no mafa babi wo me pese me bosso kakra
okay
me firi nkonya na ofa nsase conflict a ya kon over 100 years ni
nkonya na alavanyo bo ze me mafa me mama ya igbeni baba ya nkonya ni nti e kono ba me taran fifiri nhudi akwa ama no good na ohwea the okay every day you blame politicians there but ohwe pa amanfo aban asoma omoze mombe so kona no omombo ngura no omofu ali kono nti obehwe for the past 6 to 7 years ni make us say 6 years ni bonze kono ano abrase kakra we are no more fighting you've never heard anything say nkonya ne alavanyo fo ekombiom na do ba bansu yi no kwan de mebo na do abaso ene ne security experts soldier for mosoma omoze mombe so kwan no omo na omodi tuo ene akode ebema nkonya fo se monko tututuo ngu wiem me kanende the soldiers the police yasoma omoze mombra nkonya ne alavanyo mombe so kwan no ombeba no eho komo obi anko no mo amamo tuo ne bullets monko tututuo no mako alavanyo so say no mo seek peacekeeping na politicians wo no mo yehwe o omo nkan kire omo se mo kokko no mo seek peacekeeping no mako je peacekeeping allowances enti o hwe a ye ne nkonya ne alavanyo for yeti fine but there are elements behind or under omo fuel fight no periodically nti me gidi say
ya papa kandapa bay o ma stand warning say obi biara ye be che ne say oton bullet ana etuo e man konya fo ana ase alabanyo fo no ye che nipa na
eni obi kan
eni obi kan so say o tipa since 2016 bepe mande etu bi anto wa alabanyo etu bi anto won konya asumdwe kakraba nsase samde obi apa asase o nyankopo bo asase onfa bi nka ho you can't stretch it na so nipa de ebo nipa de bia enti obo nse asase ni ho a ende asemo ende ekombeba ya bankra ha pa nsase problem aye wo yina number 1 every local government system no district assembly and a municipal assemblies no omo de mo akutre pa omo tons ase bien dia mega so omo tons ase ne se onua won to me nkosi dan abra district assembly and municipal assembly e ma o permit se sidan e wo baby won to me sidan e wo mbra ye scheme ho se ha edan be sia post office be sia ekwan be fa electricity be fa water be fa untumi nya da enti ye den na ankran betumi afa na ni tumi e de dan go si bebi se o si dan a municipal assembly na district assembly for entumi stop oni ankron se menye na so mo ye da omo suma boys no mo ko site na mo ankoje bibia go mbotom na mo ko ana se de osuma omo no omo de chop command nipa no no mo ja na nipa na sida no na e de suboni na abo aban e na politicians na eji asase no e na politicians na say na so district assembly and municipal assemblies no omo abopo bi se omo bokro no
really
e wa na omo nya musika fi meba de omo head ho no ano krasem ube hwe kra no onimo hwe engineers wa assembly o amosoma se ko hwe se mo bi nsi dan wa what is the motorway a flooded pay but in 2019 motorway a flooded here ema ebinimu wuwu here cars etogotem e wo motorway e wo manway mu ya ko hwe no bi a sidan was storm drain so storm drain near natural canal a ebia so no to efa ho obia ode anya akogum na o si dan ho so 2019 biko bubu dan ni na go ye esa eyi amnanum manso no ko dia me pese mekanise nsase de obi ape nti za o metia na mekase politician bi mpa asase a ana se uni awokura wo mpa asase won kran a
me pe
and we are just lying to ourselves obi abasase mini ai woman 1 plus grow cantonment ope o de be obi abasase but in kramante mu ansase sem no ena na menu aka no menu apenya aka no o say ahemfo no there are a lot of problems I want to omo ye number 1 obi betumi ato asase ama no akoka nkyere ni nua so no ye kafra no ye menu me penyi kote ono toma wi a na akoka nkyere ni nua bote se na to me de ozo ko no so abaza asase ne media
iti within them na kasakra no some deals ye
deals. The problem on Ghanaland is created by the gangs. It's a deal. Obi besi hene na abusuafo fro nso akosi hene enti wo asase so wo ye adwuma no na abase obeje ne dia ana we media the otoma no e na ozo odi hene mo be kokot sa yemba back to colonial allocation okay aban jinsase free ahemfo ho ana families ho me pesa me ka say aban interest in land never expires. Government interest in land and to me expire when you say American war entwam da say one ma ban lease 100 years and 100 years ne twam a or say ban this as the ma asase phobium dabi
Anya sa na emra ne che.
Aban interest perpetual
eno ye ewo he
aba
constitution
ewo constitution
It's relative.
meba
It's relative.
Meba.
So we are educating the public.
Dabi man make the point.
Yeah, me making the point.
Somewhere na ehu de be.
Aban na waje asase so the basic school and aban si school no and I'll say mama aban 100 years into no 100 years na so nti o was aban the asase a school no season no esa de ma asase for and a hospital and a airport dabi
no no
meba ani na ya position
ni
Okay. Enti o make ayi bi say aban de asase no so se interest wo mu no ewo mu abribia
afibo
na sa ban releasing sase enya na say
enti afo ne say bia aba so di asase na de say ode no ntumi afa anya so e
meba ye ntumi nka say aban agi asase so de be bibia ntumi amfa anya land use no vary ebi aban agi asase say ode be see airport and na ode ebi have esi airport no ase enkyere say de aka no aban ni plan a ode be ye ana bibia also ode ye aban ba aban ko yenso ye nipa no ye tre we are increasing enti want to mean ka say this year say the aban also the SSS aban dey asase ne ye want to me amfa anya also amfa ma ni wura no mo aban for be ebi a new plan bi wo ho e ye nipa no so ye grow we are multiplying enti say aban for ba 20 years later na so yin asase dey aye bebi e eno so e okoyin no agofa enti aban interest there mama yen kan clear say it's perpetual say into me sanda na asase ne wo na say oje say ode be ye na so di part aya it's probably because of population no at that particular time enti want to me ye no kese and then I expanding airport no and then I almost say Legon those days how many students are Legon wo and then almost see hostel afufro and then almost see hospital crowd Legon campus and the plans aban plans there it's forever and the to me cause aban no to me use asase ni nanti no yam fa asase no nkoma
na se koba se bi ya asase no aban to me nyusu ye na abusuafo no te baby din na enkrofo so enkruchi asase no men kan so mu wia ewia asase ne disi adan ne ma hodora abusuan so nka se na se asase abaje so de ye wo de ye we ontumi fanye wontumi fanye no se we de ano hye o
peji mbrepie no ebusuan no mo start first obia to me to me free nkonya me to me free nkonya embankra ha embetu nhye nkranfa asase so e wo mbrekwa abusuani bi enko kire me ho impossible why na betu bi ayesa de no abusuani bi nka say ha na me nanano mo de enti no me trap 1+ bi ama onti onso ko e bibi ho me ya de no so no man ya me ni building permit me ni authority bia enti e den na local government for no ehwe ma me ye enti local government ena ebusuano eyo conniva
ye be di san komo yakwa kire ye pa nti ye be ho me so ha na fe ya hwe na me mra yima so yima yensam ye kan nyina no bawura mu a be wiase na kwa security nsem pa me pese ye se obeka kakra fa yansa sesem hu a then yaba asam a yen bambo ho nsem a sesei ka me se bibia duro enka ne no ne yenim se ye ka ye ho ena bi e betu aka se emintem ho ase bi nti no we no masore tia we no masore tia na so we die se de aban no e de ababonten ana se national security minister de ababonten no o se be ya baby ye be hia no yes CCTV cameras CCTV ye ma ye ni na ho wo ma e beba ho no na ye search se be ye kwa be search kwa be ye na ye hwe no then meaning say am ahwohwo bi abe penetrating system no mu a ahwe ye ade so amahudo bi so no e betumi asi ye hwe no na ye de hwe bambofo no timamufo no betumi aka bom na ma send pa bono fe etu omsosa but na ye hwe the police and the public intemo wase eta so hwe so on kransa na saying wo de toto ho a ebeye den na me a me yeti mamuni no asudwe wo me ni police ni ntem no nye papa betumi kura nya kokodura aka se menya information se me de bre no nti the relationship between the citizenry and the security agencies and we one and afa ho no so abegu system no ma ye nim yetumi se any data bi e ho kire se e betumi se e aka se you will Nigeria for do say your Mali for do say Burkina for do say Cote d'Ivoire do say Nigeria for do say ye ni data bi e betumi de se e aka se ni pa do say na e wa I don't ebe ye I don't e kire yen so man
yo Agya me da se ma me mfa wa fidie nso na chia chiefo nyina Beka kakra for land issues and I'm not so vested in lands, but I want to posit some solutions. Me feel say Ghana no, Accra is overpopulated, and where you have people over concentrated no, facilities kakra no, there's pressure on it. Adena asasi one plot obertono $100 and something thousand. Share me chrome north, nsasi do ho bebre 10,000 kra obimpe. So by way of policy no, abai no hwe na discongested Accra. We share local government system no. I'm happy we have an expert here. It was to bring local governance to the ordinary citizen, to the doorsteps of the person. Until you were president, what representative at the region and to the local level, the district level. Until all the ministries are concentrated in Accra. Aden etisa. Oshe amanoni entisa. The decentralized based on comparative advantage. What I say? Region where na etimi bo abaso a particular field to say a mineral resources every here now the Minister of Minerals and Natural Resources are there alcohol in terms of for critical ones to say security there it has to be here local government okay in the center of Ghana people can easily access the services anything bia ebe koso amanso people have to travel to Accra. Sometimes they waste 2-3 days to be able to access the services. She say me free Saboba. Now instead of me coming say Kumasi, and local government ministry no Kumasi na me baha. On say traffic ajigon ewo kroma. A journey you should use 20 minutes no. You can use an hour. And that has economic implication on the country. So as by way of policy no aban hwehwe na hu the way you be tima decongest Accra. Yan decongest Accra as a system and stopping there and stop Ochina. That's by way of land. Now security.
Now amafo bi suggest say Nigeria for year Lagos ni Abuja ni yenso nye bisa.
Precisely.
Administrative capital and of commercial capital. And you know, they be social media advocate Christ Akabeya, a place like Sunyani for instance. I was asida hopa. Airport on so ho. Instead say to me Sunyani administrative capital.
Yes.
Near far e be a commercial na bibisa e makra no Kumasi so yen create bi ma omo ho na even share Tamale. If you are going to UK from Tamale, it's an hour less.
Yes.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay.
Look at the savings. It will open the region to other economic activities. Now Greater Accra is so congested. Nsiotwa, flooding, ukwaha, meanwhile was as if Ghana is Greater Accra. We have to look at our policies once again because yes, sir, it's not helping anybody. So to security, minia, omobu bese, unia aboju say eje toma so unsa insuo sebi etu ude ho. Look, as a country, I don't want to sound alarmist and I don't want to believe that Ghana is under any attack of terrorists. No. Yehu na pese ye boy abaso na ye yehu in readiness in case sebi ye boy home in case sebi something like that happens. Look at your neighboring countries. Togo, Nancy, even 2001, say Ebaye. Share Burkina, share Ivory Coast. Now, who share the critical ingredients Eddie Asanwe Bar, our governance system. Ya fa kabi na yanka be as our source of what? Governance. And it's good. Who are there omude gbagbo. Watara ba no man sisa constitution ama watara asa a contested. Why should we have one law for others and another for others? And try it. What I say? And terrorists, they look for ungoverned spaces. We share in African countries that there are democratic disturbances. That is where the terrorists moved in. Ghana, no, sebi, it's not that we are immune. And answer nyami doye other African or your neighbors. What I say? It's because of our love for democracy and the rule of law. But in some way, ajigon or boku no. Yanshe boku here. Boku will be the launching pad of terrorist activities in Ghana. Because Ushe, they try in Hamley, okay. Now, Boku is a border town. And there's a correlation between terrorism and armed criminal gangs. So if you have a space that is on governor, the armed criminal gangs, they do what? They move in. That is why terrorism started from the Sahel region. Because smuggling routes in our honum, drugs, human trafficking, and the ekikahon. What I say? So the terrorists went in bed with the arms groups. It's like scratch my back and I scratch yours. Into Yanshe Boku here, because let's be honest. Look at the money. Let's do cost-benefit analysis. Why? Sika are buying, I spending in Boku to keep peace in Boku. And just opposing that with bringing the feuding factions together and letting them disagree to agree. Sebi, Mikasa Asanwe Debiao. I was a peace consultant to the Dagbon crisis. For 17 years, there was no peace in the north because of the Dagbon chieftaincy distance.
One can't hear him.
Every northerner will agree with me that conflict sent the north back 10 or 20 years in terms of development. Because in the absence of peace, no, there cannot be development. You resolve the Dagbon issue, no. Share development ever north this year. Look at Boku. Boku is like a ghost town. All the economic activities have been destroyed. On says yes, soon say tomatoes ne my neighbor from Burkina Faso ajigon wa ha. Rus no ye he. Rus no ye he. So look, I have always said this publicly. Your blueprint be a use or Dagbon and it worked. If we use the same blueprint in Boku, it will work.
Who can say me ama because Dagbon sem me no a chepa
17 years.
Na yenimu or how they abade pa hwe omon kwan japade asay ka omaka achiri. But the long run also no.
We use a blueprint.
It is a blueprint in here can was me no.
Look, we just have to form a commission of eminent chiefs with the powers of the High Court. Then we invite the feuding faction. Not Omo Akasa. Sebi, share Takramane Esin. Sometimes I hear them. Omukun. Until you bring these people to a round table discussion, there can never be any solution. And the Boku issue is not only chieftaincy. There is trouble and the current. Until they put a succession plan in place, Boku is not going to know peace. Dagbon, and yet succession plan, di buy obia ajini hono. Because ya now, oti osisia, or Fruha, ye nim say it goes to an Abudu. Abudu, Fruha, Eba, and Dane. So there's no any ambiguity with the level of secession. Until Boku sebi, if there are 3 people claiming for the same seat. Let's go to the historical antecedent. Look at our current situation, what I say, and look at what is good. Sabi, North, no. We didn't know chieftaincy. The only established chieftaincy is the Gbewa. And the Gbewa is made up of both the Mampreshis and the Gombes. The Gbewa children are the Yana and the Nairi. Do you understand? So the other chieftaincy, in those days it was about elders. What I say? And Sabi, in those days, you found say me bani. Na yehwe why na betima ye adwuma no na ya puchi no so o wanyindie we o de lidie nti na sebi mutagi ye nod na say ye ntafo because ukawe a waka omunyina because those days no now o problem me problem but since education abekaye no it has rather taken us back. Yet the nyansa bi aba and is creating a lot of division. Osha Bokukra is the educated elite who are finding all these things. So Mamiva Bokutuho na yambra look, Yara Kandapa, to be very honest with Ghanaians today, I think he was the right choice the president made for that ministry. Because we share national security. You don't need whole-headed people to head site-sensitive ministries. You want cold-headed, unassuming, quiet people to do that. And you see, intelligence gathering, national security, that has been our luck. We have been able to stem the flow of terrorists into the country. But many people don't know. People reduce national security to the ghetto boys. Omuni now omu kita go test nema and nanti. I think that is the dent on national security. As a matter of policy, any government must win all political activists away from that ministry. Who can say sometimes or the some be by which the government cry are appointing you first so uncomfortable about it or your statement about political judgment in this country, you know. What I say? So it's 3 layers. Intelligence, no. Gathering intelligence is one thing. Managing it is another. And the consumers of intelligence is another. But the critical one is the consumers. Okay, I say the national coordinator releasing AEB my charges. Say Sebi based on the happenings around the sub-region. No? I say yantu anamu na boa yehu so that in case any terrorist attacker, it will not take us by surprise. What did the charges do? They leaked that sensitive document to the general public. And some media houses took it and sensationalize it. And yes, sir, and we must remember that under our code of ethics, if you release classified information, is punishable by law. The one the honorable minister released himself was for the general public, It was clear. But the one to the churches, Sebi, if you know an enemy may attack you, and you've been advised what to do. Now na enemy name say no ba, you'll be able to repair the enemy. Yeah. But more information on how say na sebi sabasa ba master me not udituja. You are even helping the enemy to plan ahead. And let's be clear. CCTVs in churches and public places, they are basic. Enya ade huna bia ebia national security 2 year fuse enya is a new paradigm shift.
So bebre wo ho CCTV wo ho kra dada.
But they don't operationalize it. You see the cycle of terrorists, They don't use one day to plan. They can plan years. So if you have CCTV in your premises and you monitor the CCTV cameras, strange activity be around, can't you take reactive measures? But if you make it like a white elephant, a siho, just for the fun of it, you are just making mockery of yourself. Here, metal detectors to enter churches, no. It should be a normal standard thing given the times we live in. But say, say, we can be under attack, then we take some actions after some time. Okay, 3 years ago, when hotels were required to put metal detectors in them, see how many of those things are functional? We are making a joke out of security. And security is not only the sole responsibility of government, it's a shared responsibility.
And until now, say share responsibility there. And another relationship between the citizenry and the security agencies, at the same. And I'm be gure more for there is see wo what about could say they can see wo adwira e baaye ansa na nkransa de enso kokko baaye ene bako menu biense bi ewo mu no boaye ma the cohesion esese etumi ade boaye ho etumi de adwuma
ya Ghana Police Service when they say a body is professional, what I say, it hinges on 3 things. Bakune ethics, and the structure to deliver that ethics. And that brings credibility. Onim so ya nipa, no uniska ekra no over credibility enupo essensika So if our police force is seen in the eyes of the general public not to be credible, how do they collaborate? And in modern day policing, it's not about the gun. It's about how the public and our security agencies can what? Interact. And Ghana Police Service, I check, sometimes we provide very simplistic solutions to the problem. Nancy, be say there are rogue elements in the service. We should get rid of those rogue elements. Does that solve the problem? It doesn't. The problems within the Ghana Police Service is systematic. And we have to do proper diagnosis about it. Sebi. One of the things I found out about our service is that only your senior police officers they don't treat the junior ranks very well. So if you don't treat the junior ranks very well, they take that frustration to the citizenry. And by so doing, because in-house they know usuman say what legitimacy do you have to encourage good behavior? What legitimacy? So it's something we are grossing our minds on. We have to also look at the training regime of our security services. Mostly, all the things that have happened across the country, it's about crowd control management. As I was saying, kokun sa 10 people so armed robbery. Ken UST students agitation say the male hall converting to missing. You see how repulsive the security when they got there they reacted. What did it result into? Violence. Look, the police station should be the safest place for any citizen. Until almost say, who drive a coffee cry, no who so obi the wheelchair you are not comfortable, make a decoy and drive to the nearest police station. Even Sebi, basa community mo, no omunim say your life is not safe within the community because of basa na. They can do an arrest for your own safety. So granted say akwa we know your armed robber. No police abechina. No omudina call police station. How could that result in his death? How could that? And Ushe, the regional minister statement, the DC statement, actually said there is no cohesion within the security arrangement. And don't forget, the regional the chairman of the regional security council, and you're the regional minister, and it flows down to the metropolis, municipal, and district. So look at the statement of the regional minister. Just oppose that with the security. So something is missing. And as a matter of fact, Minia, we cannot continue like this when we know the problem. And government always react to these issues when there's public pressure, what I say, for fear of votes in the I think that government will have to look at the matter systematically. Because we share England and Wales, Minia, and you know, two kind. England more two bodies. One that an independent body that investigate misconduct, and a justice department that looks at the conduct of the personnel, and juxtapose such behaviors to develop systems that will help improve the service. Look at your system, PIPS. PIPS is like, for lack of better word, it has not brought anything. How many times have PIPS come out to say that this so and so have been reported, they have been investigated upon, and this sanction has been applied? Unto such extent, say, you better ma ba bontin, I'm Ghana phone na I who say so and so officer misconducted himself, and this were the punishment applied. No, there will not be credibility within the service.
Who can say be? Maybe about enough here. Say we share the senior ranks and entry to general ranks in here. It's about the frustration, no. I call lower the citizen so.
Yeah.
A dear pot in a course when you come to when you say senior ranks and entry to general ranks in here. A dear pot in and a course of here. Which you so they can say and no thing be a see and see.
You see, morale is not there. And morale must come from the senior supervisors.
Okay.
Ebia Mr. Kote ohuni ni on penasem until the obey ebia and political affiliation given the current regime of recruitment. So and also say a friend is promotions. Eba depending on which party you belong and whether the party is in power or otherwise. That should not be the case. That kills the morale of the personnel. Sebi, omuntua personnel ni. Go and look at the pay structures of the junior ranks. That's why a lot of them are engaged in corruption. Who the case ba no or investigator na wajiha. Wa obetima tua kase no. So more or less justice is for sale. In order not to divert about the solution, say we can independent and credible institutions. No. We also have to have a strategy in dealing with public disorder, and that comes with training because of time. And another critical thing is say, your police service now. Who say there's an issue between legitimacy and legality, because they feel say their orders are lawful, no, it's necessarily legitimate, and the public must comply. That's why most of them are trigger happy. Omuma order. Not who say that order is not legitimate, complier, then they become violent. That brings about this emotional intelligence thing. So Ubehunu, if you have an encounter with a police personnel in Ghana, you won't like it. There's no respect in the way they treat you. There is no educational aspect of it. Sebi wa bumra. Maybe you are a first timer. Maybe it's a genuine mistake you have made. What I say? Yeah, because I some way. They agree to yes, sir. How may I help you? The conversations have to what? Cordial. Because the service hinges on what? Customer service. Until they bring customer service to their service, no, the citizens are not going to collaborate with them. And the last but not the least is the legitimacy of the strategy I have just spoken about. Also, if you put these structures in place and it's open and fair to the citizenry who are the consumers of your service, now there's integrity and legitimacy. If a policeman will take me on the street under arrest, who sells her? If a policeman should stop me, Nansia in the northeast region, or Bao, or Chimoto, now we're stopping the Pokro, one stopping our shooting. Why are our police personnel trigger happy? There are a whole lot of reasons. And one of the reasons is that the bond is not there. When I talk of the bond within the service is not there. Before, no, we were begging people to even join the service. And now who pay now who say Mikoye police ni abwa me it's for economic reasons. Politicians even use that as a campaign achievement. How many people have been able to get to the security services? And I think these are the things we have to look at.
Who can say be na pese me bisa yi kakra bi. Omanfo ene bambofo ntemu no esem ntiase bitum ese obuo respect.
Respect, yeah.
Etumi ba. Yanim he ya. I think somewhere last week and this week. When put a money try say, me say me panenia. Na ankwankore bi atiti moto so omu de fun bitwam. Police no gina traffic light na sem. All control traffic. Abranti no kura moto na o shata de tuntuna na beti akese ne say. Police no control traffic no. Onyai. Na ono na ode ofi ba bi ti moto so betwam no. Ono no krofo ne besenko. Na police sense how ebedane
ntakwa
kasakasa oni police ni no entem ewo yanim heya. It respect say ono timamuni no enyama police ni say oye professional person a so do oboni ni die ma no. That oboni ni die no is no more there. Because who dare you say ubeko man bi so would for instance Togo heya. Na Togo police ni host station ano. Na wo so wo do fun betwam. No stop cars na wo ha nyina say ho na wo fi ba no se mamo mansa na wo di moto no hwese keke no kura wo
hwehwe
wo de say wo nkrofo de wo funu betwa muti no stop say mu nyina wa ma hwe ye ni mu ha tan kura keke bra ebia police bi ekura traffic light no wo na aso ne wo ko no na mranti wa ekura moto no magina say wo mo stop car bia de funu betwa mu ebi kura no obi keke na ti ne car mu no mo so mo escort no se dan yo na eti that respect as I said ba yan amanfo no ene bambofo ni ntem no it seems say e ko fam I didn't hear be afa ho
until I make us about legitimacy and integrity. Respect here reciprocal. Because of police brutality on civilians have become one too many, no. Citizens say are no strong. And to what has even made the matter worse, here politics. Politicians, some politicians, have rendered the service useless. Look, I am Mikasa Assembly, OMV is our Krumha. Government didn't do 50%. V8's our Krumha. Government didn't do 50%. Police seem to respect V8. When you are in a V8, you can break traffic regulation and go scot-free. So because of that, private citizens and even criminals are buying V8. So, respect, the police na so omuye omujuma. Go back to the drawing board and be credible in the eyes of the citizens. And that respect will flow naturally. Also, the application of law is selective. Ubechi obino, na big man be afraid. Say omunjano. No mwajano. So ya new obiano na yakodem no mudi yako court no mudi yako tunsawo. Enti obi beye sa no or politician bi a onim say problem ba enkosiga. She yen papa dam pare ba ye no. Ejuma dampare start here no. Say out in nkan. That is why we are preaching against regime security. If we don't stop regime security, we'll plunge this country into chaos one day, where all the security apparatus are hinging towards the government of the day. Look, I'm crying, Amanoni, Tony Blair, and the H drinking, police and Cochino. Tony Blair had to leave Parliament to go and bail Neba because he has fallen foul of the law. Chrome her, which MP Bakra, who police in the one here, you'll be transferred. And you've been a minister because me do be cockroby. Okay. So the matter is that we have to ask ourselves as a country, say, where is all this thing leading us to? Sebi, we are there not informed for Sobia umbrella. You make changes, me boy. And the change must come from the top. It can't come from the down. So to finish all, no, these foreigners in the country, never. I have so much interest. Look, foreigners in the country under normal circumstances, nebua or minor, if they are properly laid down structures to see who comes in, who goes out. Sebi, omuba ino. If they are economic migrants and they are paying taxes, it helps us. Mibwa. Yenina ya tukwanda akoye juma amanoni. Your time drill say ya befi. But the problem is say ECOWAS as an institution was problem. You know ECOWAS was modeled on the EU system, Mibwa. The free movement of people, no. Enyakwa, there must be systems at the border or at the borders. So that if Ghanaians are moving to Togo, the Togolese authority knows who is moving in and out. So as Benin, so as Nigeria and other West African countries within the bloc. But that is not in place. Largely, Ube systems keen manual in Enyejuma. So criminals are able to infiltrate this through systems. And there are so many porous borders within the ECOWAS sub-region. And you know, COVID time, no, the borders were closed. But many Nigerians were moving in and out, because of our porous borders. You look at the EU architecture, they made sure all the borders were secure. Let me say African, you will copy blindly. And we do things to win public votes, not the real needs of it. And it is very worrying, not for Ghana alone. No. Other West African countries are crying because of the free movement of these people and they are not properly documented. And see, they will do it and go, you not even know. If there's a strike right now, within 24 hours or less, they will know the people behind it, when they entered, the means they used in entering, and so. Is it the case with us? So it is a joke that we want to fight terrorism. Ushe ECOWAS counter-terrorism strategy implementation plan, where I was privileged to review it in Abuja. That was 2015. And when I came, I wrote to the Ghanaian government for us to have a national one. And yeah, we can be buyer. Even though it didn't meet our standard, I think it's a starting point to work and improve on it. But Usha ECOWAS counter-terrorism strategy implementation planner, very fantastic document. Go and look for that document. It's even visible online. But none of those guidelines are being implemented as we talk. And in terrorism, you can't fight it alone. It's a collaborative thing because it's a cross-border thing. So, do we have credible avenues where Ghana and the other ECOWAS countries share intelligence? No. If that was the case, attack Eba Togo, no, I will say no country intelligence agencies were able to flag it.
How will we know if it's in place or it's not in place?
Exactly.
Since it's a security
issue. And the people even came on motorbikes. So media Ghana for, best Ghana for. Look, security no is our responsibility enya abankra responsibility and nkrata omudi bae no is not to create panic and fear in the country. Nkrata no simply kire say yembo yehu bae and be vigilant. Yehu ade entwa, let's report to the appropriate agencies. You don't need to get involved at all. Until I made the call say, given the times we are living in, I buy in a news center just to receive information from the general public. Why I'm calling for this new center and I say, for bureaucratic reasons. So obi anya something that is not going well, Mikrom Saboba, no Omar reported Saboba police station. And San Ebeba division Yendi, time call. And San Ebeba Bedru region, time call. And San Ebeba Bedru national no. Now, if the attack would have happened, it has taken place. And it even depends on the interest of the people handling that intelligence.
But you must also caution the public again.
Again.
People do false calls.
No, it doesn't matter. In intelligence gathering, Mikasa sang with that. You can get 90 calls. One is credible. And that one could remove an entire cell. It is allowed in intelligence. There's no credible intelligence. You act on everything. That is what we have to put at the back of our mind. There's no any intelligence that is even 50%. Right. What I say? And also, some of our personnel so are no professional. More information.
No,
more kwatiutu. And if we have this a new center, there are credible lines, media and so mobile trumpet, I educate the general public. It helps everybody. Because when there is an attack, it will not show color. You don't know when it will happen. Unim so mami beoho, and now o brother be, and now o papa be, and now o baby beoho. Until now, it has become the collective responsibility of all of us. And yet tenants, any landladies, any landlords and so. You see, because we are so determined to avoid the payment of property tax, and there's no any electronic AE to check say, we just accept the highest bidder. Who rent who die, no obi bar, because always can. You don't care about the background of the person. That is dangerous. Sa who die no. If you are not lucky, it falls into the hands of terror. They can blow that place up with their explosives and things. And you see, they come into the country, buy the things that they use for the explosives. They don't bring it along with them. Nancy Aoun say, armed robbers have started attacking ambulances. It's quite psychological. You ask yourself, ambulance kitadiana armed robber by attacking ambulance. For all you know, it's a long-term strategy of a terrorist cell germinating. Because if they want to get the maximum impact, they will make sure they eliminate certain critical health facilities, such that if there's an impact, only ambulances will be able to carry the victims. Accessible.
Asansaba yima kanidi awie na asem okan ba ku bi o ma ayema yi pa na Destiny Krabiasa. Good morning, Agya Kwabena. Security issues is a very sensitive matter. Remember, we still have Gitmo 2 in Ghana, and who knows the kind of recruitment and activity they are up to. Reserve land should be listed so that nobody touches them or have any influence of them. Robert Dodo say, indeed, the problem of land acquisition in Ghana is from the natives themselves. Domiabra, Amanfrom, and Denchira areas of Kaswa have installed more than 20 chiefs and sub-chiefs, and they are disturbing private individuals with land guard issues. And come here, Yima, I raise so many important a year. Miss say between me, I don't much Shania can also once and power. Baba wants somebody say, I should move joa and a boy cramina baby. I didn't need to. Until it says some joint, as some joining you are there, so no way say, yeah, can you crab with your can a chief stance issue. alavanyo ni nkonya die eye asase ho asem development I say eko alavanyo anase nkonya etumi nko because there's no peace ukoboko the same thing tam dagmondia na ahye nkoma for 17 years nansen eko fam no yehu se nema esesa nti na are no efi baby na ewura baby na ba ne kakra sa na du baby esi edru wo hwe se dia nema te ene se dia ye ho so man be kan sa generalize no yen kan security for nkwa nka timfo nkwa se oman when it comes to our security issues no se dia ye handle no wo hu se bibia sa na ese ye no
yo ansana meko security no so no I mean clear way on local government issues
sure
Owura Jato blame local government for in terms of land acquisition and development. Now, yes, it is true, say we need a scheme before you can build. But in the first place, no, assemblies in assassin in the first place. And it is a land owner, assembly, yeah, demarcated area be say a hey, young fan say Gan West or whatever you want to call it, Gan West. Na scheme no so no assembly no any prepare scheme for that area because they be a land near Jatodia. Na say waton ma wo eja na wo na wo develop o person develop assassin no.
Yeah.
Now aye nipa miensa and wo issue ni say developer no the assembly no in terms of town planning department no any assasura no now on seeing hands na omo wachire no se nipa no e capacity no eso wo community ni mu a assembly staff na ho no there is no way they can match that person me pretend say assembly for any magicians and they have any guns or something to fight for.
But daddy, it's a law.
No,
it's a law.
No.
The law now, Kasano, whoever is managing the law now, I mean, how are Nyaman if you blame it on only assembly now, enye ye kra let me and shared responsibility
eti town country planning for come
omo assembly omo for omo sha omo no omo ye assembly developer no na land owner omo miensa no na e cause problem
enti ebede ne atumi ayi free ho
enti nipa
miensa when they did to me na ma no ye fo ne say asase wura no wo ho na double asase no so e wo ho na the oshema assembly no so wo ho enti when they say enforce o man mra I was say ekumiensa nso is it assembly
on seeing hands now omo hye ho na omo enforce mra no omo na edisa na omo na dani developers no in this case no one na blame no
yes to me be tachire
exactly.
So nipa ni sit down because
so we are aware say obi free telephone say sa assembly phone you obi abedoje who nim you know it don't pretend say you don't know it a simple call wo out assembly hon baby one here baby abekokoshe no obi bakra wo hu wo office
wo kan na mama adwuna ba bibi so se kuma se samse kwame nyame che e report bi to aso man yen pa se e yensuo and obi fele e de sidan ye ho report ye yenye se bia assembly no ehu
obi ni pa
ke ma ni tua ni nyina so ye kan enti na assembly omo ho ye den
that is a good question but what the Mr. driver at say ye blame woman kwa enye land owners developers and assemblies are conform yen sending na na create problem ma nyina on land issues now
then that is say to me say wo mo miesa na create problem ne dia ene na ye be dan ye to see o ma no esan say wo mo create problem dia e see to me obi obama problem so mo create be free wa
gentleman yima on say o ma scenarios be brain ni nyina no the political afam no the afam sa enti sa on seen hands na meka no so omo wo system ni mu a ma system ni very corrupt enumu ne ewo no nti se obi si dan si baabi na se kwan ni hu se osie assembly he nipa bitimi time Friday no a start Saturday no a start or twaso Sunday no twaso Monday bi na holiday 4 days no obekono na baabi awasi no aduru no obebisa se he eyede na oduru ha onye biemu no asa akote no asa try another weekend because assembly ejuma no omo ejuma from Monday to Friday the weekends omo nya ejuma so some of these things ni nyina no na ehihye ho na eko adenti na untimi nhye mra se medical kire baabi se me ye DC ya obi a wo ye artisan wo me district ho bia no e wo se menya wo information me wo data wo ho enti ye nyina ehia na artisans ni a before we kokko ye adwuma bia na se ohun se ukura wonya permit and san wa ye adwuma no then ye the process be ato ho a ye di ye adwuma but in this case no obi a ye de ope enti you don't blame only the assembly people. That is all what I want to ask to, because somebody must initiate the move no near the adwuma no and ye nyina political undertone no elidiko enei adwuma bebre wo anka osu areas wa aban ankasa develop sa areas no without documentations aban ankasa or develop sa areas no without documentations adentra because we are buying. It doesn't work like that. Yamra back to terrorism. Your political terrorism, say political decisions and a coso sa adiano. Your religious one among for because of mere fanatics or religion mu into a more funny terrorism. Your government and kasa terrorizing in Crawford. And sana gangsters ewo area omo terrorizing Crawford. Ade terrorism nan say ye di hu nipa mu extreme fear say ebi ebebe wie no na bia ewuo abam ana ye prepare nipa bi na abam yen ya ha no obi nka say terrorism ni ntimi ensi in terms of say bia de hu video kakra na ye hu ye no say nipa na de twa yo say omo timoto so say omo na twa ye na omo de abrayin so obi na ye acting na de abrayin say obi ahu de ekoso because ye timemu ha ana ye be ka kire yen say enkofo bi say omo te omo hu Ghana ha during elections before elections sa go omo e sasem ewe
say the court na court share
hello entita mo omo ko block ekwan bi a omo anaju bi ade chin yi o TV sa for no mu na we sa djuma ni na we proud to elections ye we omo fai hello omo jai and I be call another elections and no massa start bio tell me yatimemu ha president Kufuor na yatimemu ha ade chin ya encrophobia abetna enkran yesi omu firi Sudan unkai omu kotena yi ho osha fort ho se de hu na yesi omu firi Sudan na obi besine obi ehun baby encrophobia ni firi ba ya omu betna sa Jamestown ho ewo osha fort ho ansa na ye be didi chire akọ ihun se yesi omu firi Sudan se na omu firi Sudan omu fa hin na be pie ewo the heart of the city sa ye obi ehun enu nyina besine yenim bebe eko say because the government terrorism government ankasa terrorize yan Crawford at a certain point ade na esi wo ayawa so wo gon no na terrorism because you put fear into the people ye hu bi da nti yan terrorize yan Crawford so who say na this city nti say e pass outsiders say because of information because international world no say bibi besi a minister no na mpayinfo no ye friend omunya signals say hey bibi movement bi koso wa ha mu hwe bibi ye enti say minister be kire yen say yen hwe ye hu yi a awareness and say omu create na omu beating more obi ati ase say so who bibi wo community because say na udi kan no there were unit committees originally no nanka between 16 and 20 houses be an unit form
yeah
and ya be say no ayaye no electoral area nyina no 5 unit committee members but originally no na between 16 and 20 houses and it say unit committee for wo ho na say district num mu hu say nipa bi apie wo ho a ene no so na ayi meka no afi na akọ region na akọ division na de ene no ye nya advantage bi kakra say BBC a radio station first na yefre instead of yefre police no yefre radio station na radio station no e announcement and na police ate no akọ ho mijidi say ye awareness no e ma no e da ho border towns no ya obi ewuremu na se nipa na ewura kronum na we different nipa bia obi behu no afre say nkofo bi ewura ha o sa nkofo we no sa awareness no e wo se yetimi ebo hu dawuro ama obi ati asese nipa sununku bi ewura territory mu a e wo se e fresh da bi sa nkofo we no mu omu firi
wonye ni say our patriotism say oman ho do no eni ho esase ye kan no poverty ade ba ko a obi be wura na say ye mete bodata na so ma mesimpo bi da to bibia di a ene ye say majama na wura mu two ye fa say security person no kro di border post hwe I quite remember bra Ebola buy no I got opportunity to travel all the way from Aflau to Northern Volta me name camera edibedi ako na ye do na emobo immigration officers na ewo sa border post ahodo ni nyina no baby omo say akonya kro ote so kra ho kra na nkasa no it say time
say bibia is centered in
time na say na wo kwa kra immigration office mpanifo wo de hwe no more cars o mu use nkonua sisi na baby so dipa ne wo no ehwa na adwuma no wan kasa food na ehwa na kasa na adwuma no wo but akonya misi table
no the pampro across so
say pen and any weapon okura jack knife okura ni bi it look as such a person na so to na say nipa bi ba na so mu hurahura na kakra bi a on besin ko esa say ye bonu to no okura na say bi sam tafrache ihihye bi ani ho a ebeba na busu afọ komato yem say bi bai kura kwa adwuma no in all of duty na so hwe ne nkwampa etin ye kan nyina bomu a ye betu e hu bibi
che ne o kan o say counter terrorism book handbook no e be kire we nyina na o che say West African one no kra na e dia ba no ye ntimi implement ye so but senkai o komu no implement ya sa baby a o kire yi e honum area ni nyina no we should be able to raise it to a certain level what I say ama obi nipa ba ku pen kotena enwuram anase baby a yedi odin kampro bi atwam a ote wo oba who are you na oni hwe communication kra obe communicate to the next office kra no hwe ni ho yes enunum ni so ye issues a was say central government ehwe me ni kra na me some happen no issue na wo kan wa ha say obi ni police eyi anu wa ha no o say aye ye convention ewo ye system no say obi wu a ye man last respect enti ye di ni twam a obi anyina ye wo ade a ya build no wo ye tirim enti say me de obi twam na police no ye saade na e wo say police ni tumi ejai de omu ye ni nyina no na e visit efiefie no ni mpeyimfo because sa area ho ni nyina no omu wa ahemfo nketekete wo ho omu wa assembly members wo ho ene omu tena se na kire omu say hey saade na amoye no etomra enye time na action na esi no ene de wo ya attempt say ugina na de wo ya ni beba but wo de man ntwam nko wie o twam nko wie a then police enti na wo ye professional police a wo de be top say there be boss dia sa dia nkofo we ye hwe ho asem nka enti ye be ye be trace o ma hu bebi o mu firi ebi an o mu firi fadama ebi o mu firi kutuba bi ebi o mu firi ha sa ho fo ni nyina mpanyimfo ho mfrom say hey ye de afunu ko a ansa na mu be ye yie no mo notify police na mo fa funu ni firi ha mfa nko bibi amode ko enti enu adu ho na police kwa gba kwan na to ama mo dada na nyi se mo sorry firi mu fi a na mo ye bibia mu pe bia wo kwan no so enu de edi to ko beba because say mu bai ne bia ya ma signal say president nso twem say hwan na be ma na confess wọ́n say na dey sit here enti ni nyina begina professionalism na yimeka enti enye tam na nkofo na aba besi krom no na wo a wunkratuo wunkra hwe o she white a wudijina ho no say
me ma monko
o wa he ya de besi no o mpe
me da se messages bebre ya ba pa na meko mini asona fi ya hwe ne nti a ye kasa sem nyina no ye ka babo ho asem no meto na bibisa besi mitirim se ya wa ho eton asase won kra uko Amasaman uko almost every part of Accra. I started from Budumburam, bra Liberia refugees in the bay no, and refugees in Sase so moton Sase o Budumburam ho. And as this will be king, Kaswan in Potemune sa nyanya yo ho ahemfo more than 20. And bleeding terrorism ana. 2. Who no feeding my baga na ha no ndo twitwa Amasaman Sase no oton. Until so no you to me to that level. Say ono abeje sase na wotua bi kakra ma ahemfo no. Na ono anya sa tumi no na otumi twitwa sase eton maga nani. Na se ebia wo koto asase no kwa wo ye faction na so wo mpede so ono beto na. Ono nya tumi ho no tumi nya tumi egada ne langats ebeto sha wo so no. Eno so bleed some kind of terrorism bi. Abia oho bi kura ebia fa se nipa bonofo bi wudin mpo anasa ebantisofo bi ba wadwempo boni bi ewo ye ho a one san krofo no tumi lazy e ma won take operation na
okay won say yen no your system no say na system ni city no enye easy o mine na yetim no oh federal state no easy to manipulate some of these things unitary state no different kakra enti because we be by me send what information say no be bet me relay message ni am obi enti obi so be di huduma but normally no with the federal state no the governor no any ni set up no omo fi say ho no nyina hye omo ase omo na ho no ye omo dia enti bi obi tumi infiltrate omo na eya na easy but hey unit committee for say be di kan obe free radio station district assembly for obe free radio station a regional minister oni office for enti communication need to me flow.
Yakoba bia. Okay. Now me ba ayiso. Hwe. The time me kasa sase mu asem say. Me hu niam bi. Ati niam bi. Afa yen sase se de yen sase. Kwabena. Anya honko a so many areas are. The punity a. Akoko anya ede ye niam bi owo mo epe. Regardless of omanemra
unseen hands ni bi wonachi
say ye decide me to na ye ma sabe tumi no omutumi so after all wo mu anya tumi bi a omutumi di eye ni mo onu be si da na wi a kiro se ne so ton dan ne fa o ma bie na obetumi akwesa wo so wo di say say ye nsa sensem semi ni nipa bi akodidi wo mu nsem a wo mu na chese so mo na mu ton ne nasefo no imposu a form of security threat and for my so my na
me da say na waka no o hwe medical boy na kokko about these political groupings na obuna political party be a form more security group invisible forces war they been ajoka boys and I said they been almost war but luckily no abaya base san your money na no yentwem vigilantism no yentwem say atwem there members no omo wa hin sese members na no madani langa group na ya kan 17 na openye maminka bibio terrorists be ani ho a omo beso omo ho abegu man no mu at once dabi omo de omo ho hye sa group na okan langa group mu omo beso mo ba ko because wo de sika ba bom za na ombecho Ghana ba ombecho nti obako bi beba no abejo ne langa group bi no ma start no onya sika o so onya sika ne internally nti terrorist groups ya e kan na no mo man mu dada omo adada omo strategize nti say little spark of fire bi if economy bi mu a no ma dwane nti na me o hwe de esi wo na say almost police for to be to was akro no say friend say nkranza say ya I don't blame the police 100%. Terrorist group we try nyoma bi sa no ma cash into it but say ebia ya sheshe ties e lorry kwa ho and as ya blocking road ya say obi bibia sinti no ya blocking road na ya sheshe ties obi betumi awura mu na ono so start say o sheshe amanfo store na akoka amanfo dan na a escalate na be ya de kese sana terrorist operations e wo Ghana and as Africa e operate
what come imagine baby so what here nansen ya I think no for baby you say arm group bi e ko market bi e ko market e ko sese niema hihye nkrofo niema brutalize ma no ene niema hwanyan sa ye no bi ye bibia e betumi e say the shwan the frefre nyom
eno no almost started no on a small scale na so munya doma na ajigon na so say almost started sa ni o man sa na say police for bem na ebi mienu bi anase ba ko bi tofemu a there is nothing wrong with it. You need to protect the larger population against the few ones that are the bad nuts. And yes ana ye blame police obeti boom na ye na mama kan sure police for no money ya na ete police ni bi oni wa over 5-year visa e wa America says SMBC a ono so be dwane ne mba akọ America and as UK police ni bi ani wo sa omo ne ya na ete enti se e ka omo a akayen e ka yen so aka omo enti at the you see ethics every operation by the police command is different. Your police ethics now so police for adia si na se police for kwa the omokoye no command is different
depending on the idea omokoye
very good command is different me kafra wafa se me a soldier nipa de si Major Mahama na omukum na me a soldier nipa wafa anga menso amanfo de member call I'll gun some people down. I'll not go down alone like that. Okra pistol. Wajana ho. Mo kumu no ya sa. I'll gun you down because soldier didn't know so we busia. Police didn't know so we busia. Anti police ni who dia eye. Am I? Police ni who and soldier ni who eye. We take it that they are paid to be killed. Police are paid to die. So they should go and die. But if one bad nut decide to burn public property, road, or the tire to so say adie bi asinti no onye sabonena now is gone down. Today we are all blaming the police.
But yes, gunning down na no is then you need other means onipa na odi boni betumi da chi no say bia onipa no o fan so ye demonstration or say niam bi na niam o say no your manager pade. Is it necessarily say you use force near the channel? And I say we could have even used every maximum force. Maximum force doesn't mean say be able to use abo bi nko. Na mo ebe use other means be maximum force a ebe tumi append the onipa no na fe ye de na fa mara kwan so. Granted say ebia onye na adeso watwi tuo so oku police ni no na bia be self defense say there bia ye hu no na mo no onye armed na ebia basabasa ye no na ebia no so na be fa de atutuo no yetumi use any other means ake betumi de cheap perpetrators no
me won de ka say omanfo no ya armed arm no pen cry ammunition pen a bow cry ammunition
depending on the way hu no
and I said the okra de no wafa when it comes to violence at the time of perpetrating the act no nipa ni timo ene ni timu pone na adua wo ni timu ni na asai ono de bone nkwa na obabedi.
So Jato, how did we get to that demonstration?
It is part of
how did we get to the demonstration our motion ties in the first place?
Meaning two wrongs will never make a right. Meaning say
in this
yes. So young China soldier for police for entering police station.
No.
Police station. No mukum police for.
Then you do demonstration
Minim. Wonim. Mene wo ye ni.
Adentina ye nim.
Oh, what's your be a police station? And a police cell.
And
how to be conclude say police for no kum.
No, there be obi conclude here. Mamia be ma complain. Me encounter a crime officer at a police station. Mamia be catch me say as soon as see police ni e be che me ba wo fie. Me hwe me ba no. E dey na police wo a wo ye crime officer na wo te wo no. E dey na be catch mama no.
Do we have the full facts?
No, whether is the full fact or not. Exactly.
Okay.
Enti ahona na was information be common say anya bia no oba no ye be fa no die si nie immediately. But was what na 1 month. O be say anya dey. What somebody because same situation here no adena aye critical the police at that time. But the MHS say, I didn't see Krana. You have said, assuming said the aircon sanity, so police no accidentally or makuno. Somebody must be able to hold the information and the mamino and the bushia for immediately. At now, mano, I do baby adruno. Afena, Okas will be die into your community. It doesn't work like that.
We are sitting on a time bomb. You know, very, very careful. The way we conclude and decide that people
up to date. Police obi my accountable information.
Yeah, very, very, very careful. Yeah, Kromana obi sorry as well. Journalist, investigative journalist. And on start here, the first attack was on our judges. And Obia Koma Judge Baere. It nearly brought the judicial service down. It nearly collapsed it. That is where we have some hope. Oh, Asama, me pacho, Fako Court, Nayanka. But one individual decided to bring that whole institution down.
No, but
yeah, you know, so he's doing well. Judges are corrupt. This is that. Fine. Oh, sorry, free honor. And all they call sports. Or the bar police. Or they call sports. Sports also no about down brum. In that minute we are blaming political interference in sporting activities. Into sports and so. But we've forgotten that somebody actually brought the whole sports fraternity down on its knees. Ebia Ankanyante ji wa ebia nde anka obi obe ono CAF president. It's a game.
But so oye bibina senya yentumi nka.
Yes. Yanka. But who judges the judge? Who watches the watchman? What will say? Wako frame obi up. And I say, we investigate you obi no. Why not investigate you one kasanso? There should be checks and balances to these things. And many are penny kind of fine. I agree. Say something has gone wrong. Does it mean say me so me the pa no be sha me sana me the wrong thing ana? That is the question I'm asking. If no, ye be ye ne dien. That we should fashion solution now to the issues that trying to fan or fume this passion, hatred, passion against the police. As we see it now, there's the police that we have today because we've lambasted the politician to the extent that yes, whatever they are doing is bad. Now the police too that are holding us a bit, despite all the wrongs with the police. If they are not there today, traffic crime flow.
Still, I know Minyante, the Jato person or China.
The problem about police station. And a crime officer went to me and check the airby. And a man for the power show almost say they are demanding for justice. And I'll say, it is the fault of the police. And I may be so say, if it is the fault of the police, should we allow anywhere we think that the police are wrong, should we just take the power into our own hands and demand for justice in our own way? And yet we are living in a chaos society. And so, as a mercy, can we? There are levels of resolving this issue. There are levels. Have we exhausted all the avenues than taking the power into our hands? Say but do you think Anka Samana sa na say among for where she share a binomo say score settling. Obi be settle score. Ebi obi kwa ni buafu, we start with baby. Obi the job kwa kotum. Obi she no. Obi she no na the whole town abene down.
No, but still no.
That action by the police.
Best police practice no.
Yes. Best police practice doesn't mean that the crowd is more than me.
Let's deal with this Nkranza issue. Let's deal with it.
Yes.
Me say
Yes.
Me crime officer. Wo Jato on our district commander. Your boys ni Agya ene ne cameraman ni. Omo akọ operations akọ picky gentleman bi. Omo abeye entries. Yenim de see a gentleman na wu. Wo me the crime officer. Definitely no ma me na ba ko eho abe report akire opinion. Immediately na we say move now your investigations me boa. And to your investigations no friend ko for na call for no. Chale dey ni see here. Yes see. Ene monimo ye is a case we no. Ye hwe de ebeye. Enti mo no me report na ya chiche mo e wo nipa na ni so. Ya che mo. Say Joma Yeni, it's against granted said the American sanity. Officer Chromo for Beye Domuye. Say police are taking action. Seriously, they are taking action. Even answer crony investigations, no, ya chichi for a cook room in answer Joma Yeni. Ya police are ya chichi woman, pay for chichi woman. Officer, you do demonstration way. But yet now, mammy, as you cook Tachima, ko Sunyai. Koha wakoko sa 1 month. I didn't know if it's a chromo for no ebe bomb. But what I'm driving at and say at the time I didn't see the police should have reacted immediately. Ehwa asemnajo compensation police betua yekoyanim. Me and my cousin ewo mamobi police for bonitio am robbery bi so be kaya me say natiba police for bonitio. The police home mama be you funi na ebo jim dede ewo ho. The police step in immediately and omo manage situation no top police after papa they manage it, then compensation was paid. Kromo of onu nyina no obi a ebo adwono. But in this case no I don't know quite say ma minu kwa na eja no and ache
So does it justify?
Even a horror crowd still. I will set somebody among the youth. Now I gather information among the youth. No cool temperature. No, your leaders need to have me after or more opinion from church. I did munya botre. Police and the public relationship.
Yes.
Yes. But I don't question yen yekwatio mukra tie me rubber and a better trouble. It doesn't work like that.
I want to be a question be say.
The police counter intelligence in a way.
Yen police no ye hwene asesam asiesie na me tumi afa. Enti current IGP Dr. Dampare bai wo twa na moba kuminu miensa ena bi ade no so ye fan say e kanka bi na sase ya
e be ye dem pa o bre papa
na wotumi it takes time as no asiesie no. Enti no se ba bi aduro no ye nkwasa de eno ye fan eno ye hwe bi de see ye wo kaka adwura de bibiasi aye din nansen ba ku bi a bilon van fodi eno so yete yesi do mo ko eno so atututu bi ene ko baaye sa amrati mi no o so mo ko de yesi wo nkransan yesi police force say ono so oye akronfoyemfo ene ye che no na pay information kakra baaye no and on the neck baby and also bone to you and sa sa etino ekoba ne kakra na I build it up entina the efforts are the IG no etuo said the be ya
nkofo so
na obi so said etino at this juncture no again necessary hierarchy na bi ni so batu anamo bi wan so mo nipa hunu bi ya say the director general of welfare COP Tete Christian Yohun and Okoye and I know say obetu hand because he has been in the region before fine policeman. What did he say? Say baby a drone no. Yemra police for no so first. From there nearby citizens so. I didn't say police in the hierarchy no. You might can say be say it's like the way senior officers in a treaty genius in it, you know. I have frustration on the back citizens and so, which well me for me information. What did you say no hierarchy no? I didn't say so boy as we speak. Nasa mistrust kakra did about police and the public in term no. You bet me a brain say kakra.
What can I say? Problem we our police for no match. And yet this year sure. But more reports and so no a man we did more. The media is doing a very good job. And then you won't say in your way a did more our mind. But police hierarchy, no the structure no. I am not comfortable with the structure of the police hierarchy. IGP ne appointment and a binomo the manner of promotion ne nyoma ina no entwa ye enti oka yimaka say look obi we adwuma mu ache o man promote no ne party ba power no ebia ne din bi nti ya promote no no ma twe na ba chire IGP nso no because oni mo bi ewo abamu nti no ya appointing say onko IGP obi wo ho ni madwuma no pa na so sa nipa no ya appointing so ya IGP
enti say a political influence no and ema ni ntwa yie se bia political influence nti na say ewurawura mu nti na so say ntwa yie nti e dey port na ma ni fa ntwa yie political influence no account that's one. Two, young timamofo no so no ya what too much ama timamofo mo ye bone ya what too much wafa wangaza obeje tum say wafa phone afra police say oh asam na wo no nipa we minim no me kra ya chemeda
vu good
ya chemi na mse ne asemasi obede bako bi chimbu kumase o chemi so na me ma TV suntu oni me o chemi na o chemi no bi hu se na djuma na oye na ode me ko central no me ko park wo MTTA na ode oje ki na mse pare chuba elite nti ode me ko aba me ba de se bi bia statement bi because me kasa me gina 1 minute kura na anka me kura kan ka bedu ntam we me ba na ante na makonti nti me do na mu se MTT the boss ne bonus say Agya now hey na park o car na me so ya chemi onum say ya wo na me say ya me ya na wo hu but in a more serious note no the entire asem abeya asem hia no tie ka wasem say because aye police no police for na yen ye no wo tie
yes
nti wo mu na saa nipa bonfo terrorist yi eba yebetumi no wo di nkomo first ansampa ansana
akosoja
fonso nti na sisi etume build the relationship ni police no aye so close and tight nti no dem bi say esoro ho ede na say esi wo soro ho na efi soro a edan ya ebesane abafam ede na esoro haraki ho no ese esi nti sabe na say omoye
nhihye na simple
na etume boa na etume asane abafam
wow me start can say promotion no ntwa ye
okay
ofa obi wo na unim say nimbra aso say promoting no memfa political vindictiveness e ma na ntina ho enchesa esa na
yaudie
na ode be ye adwuma no nti ono so nyawa obekere onyansa se wanya wow na politically no so
committee crime na
wafa obi asore anopa okọ adwuma ya obi wodi mu a odi kọ adwuma enti ontumi enye adwuma no se o se oye no ye na ye nipa yan kan sa obi wo nyansa bi o se odi boa police service no o wa adwuma nim owo intel bi a o se o ma police onim se ni area mo no akronfo bi aba ho na bi akase bi a kire no na so odi ye de boa wa wo benya enumnyam no enti on kan kire
ebegu egu
yes enti engu na o nkasa wo na wo nim ye na ono so ne tamba na odi se nim enidie no abededi enti ye nipa ye hu say sani o ma we na abededi enti from the top say I select IGP kwa no over kamen ko a and can let them have their own structure of what you must do to get to the top to become an IGP. And yet it shouldn't be political appointment because I mean I'm appointed na say BBC wo area bi mu a mekan jo so over hwani ye me ma ne nko say obese ko no
ebi so aka betumi aye adwuma no
yes
betumi ati ho anamo enti at this juncture no because asemesi isusu say na metahwe mehwe CNN BBC na Sky News pa there was one advisor bi Osum Reagan Osum Bush number 1 Osum Clinton Wasum Bush number 2 ena obeso Obama ansana oko 81 person no say Democrat o say Republican o wa obeba no owo ho ono ne de ne say ni nim de ne say yetumi ye nsuo we so ye yetumi boa oman no and ye hu ne say de otu okan no so na abo anti no ono na ebe maintain no ye ha no eni wo sa ye kom military mu a e wo ho even teaching actually teaching mu kura teacher ni a o sefata say su promote no kura no ono kura de ne ba nwan saa ma na tena ho fam wo saa otumi hwiri nkosoro enti say me bi san say de na say si wo soro no akire wakakakra I didn't know so you say see to me ye me first row we are na fia sane de aba fom na fia hwe se de tite na sane aba ye manfo no so
adwuma no me de baby am butuo no politically technocracy business by merit or competence police phone nyina ya be you say obe IGP no nyina commissioners so what I say
yeah
age ebeka ho ebia more experience in terms of the number of years in many ade but what I'm driving at is say omo system of operations no omo standard SOPs na omo won omo di adwuma na nkasa no yemfa no say antu person kire me say back to Nkranza Nkranza police phone wo ni nyina no timamufo na wo ni nyina no omo ni police ni ba ko ana mienu omo pa omo asem
go be over by office
enti saf o person Nkranza youth no person kire me say police phone na gu Nkranza na ye bad people no won me commander wo me hoyi oni obia wo ye down to the to F oni obia hello oni atisen ewo ni person aso wo no okwase commander no wo oni obia oni youth no otia oboso otia bontin wo tie wo mo o gather information enti oye bibi ewo ho a I don't think say ebia bibi nsi but wo ya point wo no to say ye nyina ye hu say dampare or bonadwuma wo ye but onu kwa ni send to me nso ba bia but then signal bia all man no ma signal bi e kire say ye change ye sisa so no akoye statement we bi say ya ye niama na cha to say ni ye sisa nti obi a mfa ne hunyim enti na make say adentina omo ntimi an report wa ma e wo say oma punishment bi e wo regional commander na wo ho no so eba a divisional commander and Sanwura station ho say 1 week after Kolana Yira no again somebody must answer.
Yes.
Yem fan say oyare ye de ne ba ho na no oyare no wuye yem fan say ye de ne ba ye no ya hyeda na ye kun no okay fine ya te ase ye adentina mo report to ama mpanyimfo ahwe de ebe ye ame akodu sam penpenso yi okay enkola no so tia sikrom omo hye tai na meka no the counter intelligence ye be wura nkola num mum ye nhwe ni ye manage ye betimi akasa che nipa adenti na say tena wa ma aduru ba bia sese sakotum nipa ni biom ansa na obi akogudam no it doesn't work like that enti say oye opinion a police de bia mi bisa say omo counter intelligence no e wo he because un tena ho ma ye nkotwa hini biti e wo district ansa na waka say there is peace now how because tama adene ebuboba no o titi information ebuboba nkofo kansem I was so udi juma tese na yimeka say information bia no I was say ye di adwuma enti tama unya information bia no na odi ye adwuma no na okeka bom na o man no ekonanim but in this case no say obi na president we na appoint obi instead of say appointing me enti o ye then you can sabotage the system it doesn't work like that so what I say enti for now no there constitution one any dey see do be there say the police themselves must appoint somebody why not see a person no by any answer no there ye one I was here to meet the adwuma mani ye
okay obi the message be by na me hwe say yen kan wo hu na yen fa enwura de ye adwini mu pa me kenkan krofo enso de kakra na yen san emra Game Boy GH say 90% of African leaders are more terrorists than the terrorists that we talk about. They can even create the terrorism by themselves to put fear in the citizenry. I don't trust these African leaders, especially this set of ECOWAS leadership. No, DBB also. Peggy Mensah said the new way to develop Ghana is Peggy. On the debut account was independent, this, independent, that. But how can we get those independent kind of things? A bad empire. I go on July as a good manager. I'm really disappointed in, say he should never, the IGP should never allow himself to fall or to politician, to fall in the politician's hand. Else, it will be something else. Melly Smog, or say, I sometimes I wonder why officer recruitment should take place in Accra, that is Burma camp only. I spent about 500 Ghana just for transportation in and out to come from Sunyani and during the recruitment process in 2020. Our safety traveling is even risky. Samuel Kumasi. There's a ultra kwanya when you okay. But could be our hand bisa mekana yedi I uremna or say good morning, Agya. Please, I'm glad your panel members acknowledge how important and sensitive local government work is to our country. Please, are you aware that a municipal district engineer in an assembly who has spent over 8 years in the service earn a net salary of as low as 2,500 as compared to a first degree holder in Cocoa Board who earns 8,000 Ghana cedis? Please, how can the assembly staff work better? Don't forget, their work is also very risky. And now, Bakumi Suribai, or say, okay, or say, or Bakun, you can be for the importance of a assembly. Someone say, a civil engineer or building technology engineer with first degree take home as low as 1,700 a month. Please, how can they be motivated to work hard? They do their best, but government prefer paying VNR staff with the same qualification 9,000 cedis and the local government staff 1,700 Ghana cedis. That is why they went on strike. Every work deserves motivation. Thank you.
I had no way negotiation.
So when you are Canada rights, I would be fine if you to me account. And see, yeah, can you know? Not your share. Your share, yeah, man for no so no. The associates you to me. They are not making say a brand me. Actually, they see and they say, nah, it was na me roadworthy. It was Saturday. Na Monday a holiday. It's Tuesday na say me ko renew. Actually national I can say me renew on Friday. And I menya kwa. Enti na Monday no kwa holiday nti no. na Tuesday na meko nti ohum no se ewu na mso no kre ewu na kese me ye ni say no se dabi anya wu no nkwa de ewu adat ma anya mo sa na woni me ne asemasi dabi bi di na chi bokode obo ni de mare sense na djuma e na oye na ode me ko eja commander be ye na eja me ka mama me de koye enti ya manfo no so ye be hwe general ranks no so a omo ho especially wo mo duty wo mo night duty barrier hodo no the way biba boys be did you boys will road enti enuonyam no esote bibia nse so obisa kora no na obisa yi 3 city to 1 city man na waje bi 10 cities na waje obi nka se obi cha wade amanye na mo ne yehwe omo approach to drivers any say dum so am na fa respect ye ka wasum ti ameko kansa na fe ya manfo no so no ye hu se so mo ni ho a ye ni ho esanse po na dwoto wo na so kwa omo na patrol ebinom adeda ebinom so gina barrier omo life nyina ne ye hwe ni mienu no se ebe ne dan na ora kote
hwe se ya na police owo barrier and omo nye super human beings omo ye te se ya omo atade ani tuo so omo mfa nye omo adwuma enti se ogina ho no yemfa ne se kromphobia akọgbọ ne kro no firi baabi na oba amroba ye ma o hwe no se police phobia gina na odituo no egengam omo a onkum omo enti omo gina ho no so omo su throw omo life ansa na omo akogina ho no but adwuma no enti me just walk down like ye twimfa omo so anyhow na ye de ye no e wo se ye ma ebuo na eni die eco police for ho se police ni ho a oman ni ho meanwhile no omo susu e wo so omo so carry omo ho in a way a ebema timamfo no so ahwe omo ani om ama saa ni die no aba ho because yes salaries ni nye metiase but it doesn't mean say obidin assembly ba na maya nsem no biara na chese won say yensu ye dipa no yentumi follow up free counter ho enko crime officer ho free crime enko commander ho yentumi nyesa enti asem no obitimi di asem bi diwa asem we pa de enso mo esa na oti won out wa build a before against the whole police meanwhile no think how to me call commander ho a hey e dey asem na wudi no because nsehunu de obi atumi di bi because ono ote won a otini ba bi o na wo do complain aba enti wo do complain aba no wa cho complain no nanka wa soroko anyesa ono so otini ba bi no aba okay asem we de critical power asem we obeko court kwa e be jail o resistance no so what as o resistance no ma temperature no ekosoro a afi na anadwo no na so coffee come otin sa papa now na nse hunu sa but also hu say counter NTO no ani CID for no omo ntumi mfa asem court emra commander emma ho kwan also obi ahu sa enti o hunahuna okra na ye bold na commander asem bo okra de court a ebi kra na judge no okoja but because of enwunahuna na ya di kan de adi atu mu no enti wo say edidi sa che won nya bibia amfa nkwa wo de sa na wo de sobo about the whole police meanwhile police ni nyina anso nya hwe so say this day enti it is up to yen education so eka ho asem si a yen nkofo mo betimi aboa kaka most people no omo nte asem na se how to manage the police relationship no omo nte ase enti obi the case kwa eno anse ya kochina tum na odem na say yes me office bi akọ onu obi akọkọ ewo secretary ho ba bi and secretary police akọche no na yedin tum from Friday up to Monday no mo ba kire me say the AC ni I'm say okay police is there you see ye be money bail it's okay after 48 hours no police no ntimi mfa ntina ho bi obema ni be but first 2 day let's say first day na no umpese ukoyi no how unkoyi ni say ebi ana police no onu kra o guide no onu anipa na o che ho no ni safety ntina police no e de no wo ho nti yen twen o dey do 48 hours na me I know say the police will get him out ampa edu one am say hey mumbe yi kwano kranko because afi omo kasa no pressure no ebe mount wo omo so ntoko koku yen so na nye nti o say manage aho nti nyemo ni bi wo wa yen ni police relationship no because of yen ni a lot of information no ye corner say ukoshia one policeman na say wa manage we here na sa ebufo no a building the whole police. No, it doesn't work like that. There are beautiful or let's say nice police officers in the system.
Yes.
Our Muslim na yo majuma. Into otia seminar. Asem we there ke enye yenyin si. Ni nyina ya to adwe ne ko. Enti so un information and build up a tension no and fan for the whole police. Enti na me bi say enti nkoransa youth no nyina pese kina me say at least we need 3 or 4 police officers work in Crescent Station where our money Timemufo no eye fine ana. In this particular case in the crowd, my manager say one police officer no crowd tinali fear order. Ye didn't buy in Crescent what tina fear order. So it means onim gentleman no. And the fan say why befa gentleman no crowd kokunu based on something e be omu chesi girl bi whatever ye nim for now. But some information e beba back I mean who say DSC ye nie. Oh, police na si anon tam debi oma ye nko for na din se money ene ya announcement to krom ho ya chichi sa police for yi ya de omo konkran ana bibi nipa no nyina will be satisfied but
what do man ye ni
but umu ahu sa na etim ka say the IGP must deal with some people there chain of command na ho no also to me be say dey na si ya montimi an kan kire nkofo no sa attention e ba yi
opani ajakum ka se bi o se bibia ne hunsam a emwa hunsam ankwada entity hunsa echi bebu a mu odu pa anti yanhwe ye sori na sesei wo mabo ekoko se yenya hwe yi esanse nipa bonfo no omo ho omunya on be strike anti sesei no eden na wo susu sese ye ye amanfo no me mahunya market bebre a metumi sisu dia se de ohawo beba betumi dia hawo aba hwe mranti we ya tititi moto su yi wo area wo tie se ebinu wo ho a ebinu ye genuine but ebinu wo ho hwe omo ne ye pa kurenie ewreba omo ewrebi a omo robo na wi ketekete onam kwa oti moto so a onu ti moto no so bio na seka moto ba ya ebehwim ne bag a yi dey see from na sa wo hwe video ni ya na third moto e di akire enti na lady native first moto no so the second moto ni operation no na omo giwie na first and second moto no ko na third moto no di akire dane no no call back meaning say
ko ba be mopo
aka ha 1 2 3 na enti I didn't say ye. She said ye. I want my catcher intelligence. I want yanti or more can say ye. I didn't say ye. Nay at the bois. Said the bear, said the pabonifuni being poor. Our system no more. You bet me upon Montoma.
That's it. Number 1, yet to border towns in Nano. Or say it to me about information. It be as a immigration officer or Grana. Or G briber or say yama about say a man for be far as immigration officer no on your own way. That's 1. 2, your house girls, your house boys, from say garden boys. Uko juma abeka on house girl nkwa wo fie. Also no so ya hwe yie pa e wo area mo. Menu ya yima kan ze akoko amo abakru mu no mo doso wa wonso oji obi wo fie as a tenant no ozo hwe adwuma be na nipa ne ye obi wo ho a omo mpie the whole day no mo wodem anajo obo ze no mo ko enti adwuma be important na oya ono de anajo na opie ashafo bebrei omo ababu Gugana. Papa.
The Biani Sanka, a man, you be crack okoje, a taxi driver be taxi in Samuno. Say, man, a man,
ba. Omodoso. Nti kwata modao, Madinao, Togo embassy. Why should baby a for and then what cantonment? Togo embassy ho. Aye. Omodawo.
Ozo police be you.
Oh, more. Aye. I shall for group no cap La Paz or infa. Omo doson. Is there Gramo Legon campus? Omo UPSC. I shall for not doson.
Some customers near one.
Oh,
any over then.
And this is it.
I say, no, say, no. It is some coffee now. About money at and the money at no, a sitting a to say, or say, ma a buy or say, my police room, said Abby. Way, now some way, ya no buy. Now, wow, terrorists no sikao. Only sikao to me yet terrorist activities. Now, wafa, obi a prostitute. Or no, on two attacks beer. Sikano nyano boom. Obi a am robber. On two attacks beer. Sikano nyano heavy. A man for a langazi or motons as he way. Or motors as an Jessica get one a bomb same. And the omo bet to me have funded these activities. Yen grafo mo timoto sui. Very simple. Also police for motorbikes in na ensure say ya register wa otwi motor no so no wo license asa na ye wo mo records BBC ye nim baby a o say ye ko
enti na sa hihye ya kan ma peda da Joma ha makan say won be regularize normal regularity no
is the best ye to me yi o mu film won to me be cancel and they say aban bi o be cancel say ye yi okada drivers afi kwanu mu no Kafra prensa saba no oni nyansa bia woni timu a na niswadi hu a ode bebo ma no ya wafa en yo bia na man bia na ebetumi at America right from the beginning
emrana si yenyi omu
meba sambra no ade na mbra na yejuma mbra bia obebia na so utwe timamofon asawa mbra no meba Mbrana there, you forget Mbrana. You regulate your want to mean Kase, they are obedient legitimately.
Mbrana see any omu free system.
And I said Sambrano.
Sambrano.
Maybe or because you omu no Mbrana why Sambra. Oh,
my kind of recipe. And baby or what? A man for Mokoya Brano, a mo ina mo TV to mo amon pese asia for NDD.
Okay, Mate.
Wow. Obi obi oto ade o traffic mu. Eno na oye de hwe ne mba. Won pese obi beto ade o traffic mu a create flea market. Park ho mo bo football. Ade sa ye bo football park no so. Nti assemblies no create flea market e wo park no so. E ma manfo nkoto mo ade o. Obi be kwa najo akofa bibi o upo adwuma untumi nko market bi o supermarket e dey boy dey nti wo so be ko flea market o akofa bibi ato but we cannot stop the people where we've not created an alternative no be aga say abrochire onim say abrochire for start here as omodu prempe so omo ndey all these culminate into building of the country nti the obi ye bia na regulate eye ade papa na oye and I say a bonny no ye. Unim assemblies no mashe wafa terrorists no. Ye ka terrorists at if he say be a two nkwana a man for the terrorizing ye. A man for to ndro. Orthodox medicine no ye local medicine you kwa orthodox ye ni bi. A mu kura wo basket mu bebre amo nam jomo mo ton.
Obufi.
E bia expire. Omo ya Ghana for. Ebia expire na moton ma ye nkrofo amafo wu those are all terrorist attacks. We are just looking at the bigger picture say obi be babe the tupa ebia be she baby boom na bombo na amafo wu but all these are attacks on our very person, on the nation, on the economic fortunes of this nation. And you say ye shweni na assemblies no ukwa madina nde ya make say amafo moton duro no bebre kwa and it's illegal. And house girls a motifie a boss ni ho no nya hwe yie
Okay.
mo amoti motorbikes nso wa fa taxi nya hwe yie taxi driver no hwe no kasa be na oka me nkwanka taxi drivers na kra Ghana for ya ma gogo bia ambetwe taxi wo ekromu a ya ma gogo bia ambetwe okada okromu a agogo atwe okada okromu a amafo mu bisa ade okwa ho ya ma gogo bia bisa ade okwa ho wo ya Ghana ni a don't go say wo srade
West Africa
meba West
and West Africa
there are jobs that are reserved for the citizenry. Even though West Africa, there are jobs that are reserved for the citizenry. What do you mean sorry about who are West African who be police in Ghana?
And they to me yes. Me da say what there na ka me ma wakokra briefly ansana kutabem. Sisi yensase hu samsam my guidance ase hu samsam 2 minutes bi ye ne den.
Me pacho President His Excellency President Nanado and new lands minister Chinapo abai agi asase ato long ago and there ye na ye benefiti ansana Nanado and as me lands minister Chinapo be fi ade so no ombo de say ono so no wa acquire new land bank bi ato say yen to me yan krapo na dia abaya beji ato no yan bon bai ma chiriba enya wonfa so.
Okay. Me da say
yes
bra
yeah
e den ne say asama ye kan obaka say bia e sha ase kakra no na be do pani bi di nkomo say Mali hotel kase bi na na sa na ono obi na no wanya ono anya sa hotel na ntokoda different hotel e na sa dana na dwo no ana nkrofo no ba ya on be di sa wur kasem no na ye kan waka say ye kan ko say esie hu da kwan a aboa bia ewuramu bi sese ye hu ni sa no e de na ye omade ye dia no sese ye
te ahweye sese no wo say aban no e biti drum no e man ko bia sum say hu bibia a enye normal bia no e so yi amanfo asutre a bibia twam wa ha da bi ade we normal nye senate anankofo be 10 bi wo fie we mu a safo yi e de we kire me say fie bi wo me important mo ba bi etwa ho wo kakaka na obi hu activities e ko mu no me feel police there we can continue living around that mumisa munkohwe de ekoso sa na obi te ho a oye na djuma but obi anhu no and people started complaining and they came to me enti se bibi koso na se say ade no sa a normal thing bia I was so yi mpanyfo asotre na mpanyfo information bia beba bia no I was say etimi di huduma but sa terrorist asema ye kan say no de wo hi bia say religious terrorism na ye expect ana intergovernment terrorism ni ye hwe say bia ye de anu akoto krobi so asemu enti omo pese omo be kire ye nyansa which type of terrorism are we looking at because it's a religious na say bia say Boko Haram na omo ba Togo ni ye hwe omo a we can easily work around it ne nyina ye hu say ye hu sa afo yi a wo ne ye hu ye nye bibi Ghana hayi intermarriages tribal intermarriages aboa yen pa enti u kom shepo bi kra se woni obi asime obi u pese okodi nsamoni bi wo ba bi a u ba hu se wa hwe ya wa wakoka hunia bi ehu asem na akoye bibi bi ho enti ken dapa omra clear bio ni enhwe say suspected Boko attacker ni ehu say
so jihadist so
say Sahel for no attacker ni ehu say because say asem na yakọ say to say the okan Binduru market die say boys bi na edin say hunu a ni aye no say terrorists ni say ansem no enye clear me kai say tamani e wukuma se no unim de ani eye ensem on boys yes sa moba egu kutokum na efie ho no ya ni ya to moba no ko onzo kuma se epe aluminium sheet no more than asbestos no nti ye bro ebo be 1 na 1 and 2 no area mu obi ana ye tu mobile gum nchance dan so saa bumbran ye bro mu saa na ade achi a ehun say community ni nyina committee say akronfo bi astarte eba nti ye hwe yie na ye te wo na ye sere nsamoni kakawo ensamoni keke
obi nso be cash in salmon somebody no e dey money
enti gangsterism a almost so terrorize community no almost wo na nsan dey see wo nima ai mamobi insuo na no ho no gata na no ho na the whole area ni nyina no na nkofo we in fear
we akete
no nkofo din se hunu and you see some form of terrorism.
Yes,
so because
gang groups,
you know, our communities, you know, and I was saying to me, sorry, now you create awareness. No, and bibi koswa, na omayi pay for us to
good.
Say I was buying my telephone number, security agencies, numbers are effective. I bet me a complaining and I bet me a report quickly. But say me Oman mu ha no ye the radio stations na ye some gap between citizenry and crime. Say BBC radio station for the first and sana akọ police for ni authorities no. Ye fa ni nyina nkosie. Say nei say ye kote say Malcolm any kwa say mboni din ba to dem abo. Say ba bi e ho no obi di bibia kɔhye ho wa frɛ o mo say me di bibia be hye ha beto at this time under terrorist act soldier ana police team ben and o madwuma ne say o mo behwe anti bomb squad o mo wo he oni me wo agya
o mo
mi share camp tema afia kwan so na di susu sha dabe no mbedua
the plane baba
o di dey
helicopter
enti adenti na ye mpe bi wo enkran ha
ebia no ma ye na ye ni enim
ebi ni ho kan hunu say so onim say matena security abrofo security o Ghana ha ye nya bomb threat it take ye 3 hours and sana omutumi free ehwo aba abehwe say oh hwi ni ho mun kotena se ene ye kotena se eni na me kan say enti ye security no ye nya effective
ebia na
we answer the same thing
intelligent gathering
ebia say ye kasa ye no they are doing something extraordinary
about it ye ni
omo ye ni mahudo bibra ye ni me pa ye nyina ye bone say de omo ka no so no ebetumi ayadwuma ye di nkomo nyina no enye se ebia ye ka ne keke na mu no asema ye ka se na bi ye nyina ebetumi aboa na ya hwe na ye siesie no esan so mani ye a eye ma ye nyina me yesu se chi nya oda hwa na atafre sa bebu no enye se bia ose we asem na omo ka na mumu no miti ha ya na se bia mituka ana se binya ska bi na mfa trotro